This series is made possible by the Fetzer Institute, proud to make possible this exploration of mind-body health. Additional funding is provided by Lawrence S. Rockefeller, the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, a catalyst for change, the Nathan Cummings Foundation, and by Mutual of America, major underwriters of group pension plans and retirement.
Funding for this program is provided by Mutual of America and its family of companies, major underwriters of group pension plans and retirement savings programs. The John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, a catalyst for change, and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Funding for this program was provided by Mutual of America and its family of companies. The John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, a catalyst for change. The Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and by viewers like you. A World of Ideas with Bill Moyers. Funding for this program is provided by the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, a catalyst for change. Corporate underwriting is provided by General Motors and its Chevrolet, Pontiac, Oldsmobile, Buick, Cadillac, GMC truck divisions, and GMAC. General Motors, committed to excellence.
Made possible by the Ford Foundation, the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, Winrock International, United Nations Development Program, and the Rockefeller.
Corporate funding for Columbus and the Age of Discovery is provided by Xerox, putting people and ideas together. Scanning, faxing, copying, printing. Xerox, the document company. Additional funding provided by the National Endowment for the Humanities, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, the Arthur Vining Davis Foundations, the George D. Smith Fund, the Lowell Institute, and viewers like you.
Beyond Goodwill is made possible in part with financial support from the Bullitt Foundation, from George and Phyllis Young, and from viewers like you.
Funding for this program was provided by the Meadows Foundation of and for Texas, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and by the financial support of viewers like you.
This program is made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by the financial support of viewers like you and the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation. Additional funding is provided by the Nathan Cummings Foundation and by the Mosaic Foundation of Rita and Peter Hayden.
This one-hour Shining Time Station Family Special was made possible in part by an underwriting grant from Amtrak, America's passenger railroad. Funding for this program was also provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and the financial support of viewers like you.
Major funding for this program has been provided by the Ford Foundation. Additional funding has been provided by the Florence and John Schumann Foundation.
Funding for this program has been provided by the annual financial support of viewers like you and by the Alfred P. Sloan Foundation.
This program was made possible by grants from the Ford Foundation, this station and other public television stations, the Field Foundation, the New York Times Company Foundation, and the J. Roderick MacArthur Foundation.
This program was made possible by a grant from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by the annual financial support of viewers like you.
Funding for this program was provided by the LTV Corporation, producing quality products through the LTV Steel Company and the LTV Energy Products Company.
Funding for this program was also provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and viewers like you, the Lined and Harry Bradley Foundation, the John M. Olin Foundation, the Smith Richardson Foundation, and the J.M. Foundation.
Funding for this program was made possible by the Alex and Marie Manoogian Foundation, this station, and other public television stations nationwide, and the Louise Simone
An ice cream
Fund.
show was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and biannual financial support from viewers like you.
Major funding for this program was provided by the National Endowment for the Humanities. Additional funding for this program was provided by Lockheed, America's aerospace company, supporting math, science, and engineering education for national technology leadership. The Chubb Group of insurance companies, for over 100 years providing personal insurance worldwide through independent agents and brokers. The National Endowment for the Arts. The John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, a catalyst for change. The Arthur Vining Davis Foundations. The Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and biannual financial support of viewers like you.
Major funding for the Great Depression was provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by the annual financial support of viewers like you. The National Endowment for the Humanities, the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, and Lotus Development Corporation, providing software solutions that help people work together. The Great Depression was also supported by the generous donations of individuals and foundations. A complete list of funders is available from PBS.
Made possible by Marsh & McLennan Companies, which has been helping clients manage risk for 125 years. Marsh & McLennan Companies, insurance services, consulting advice, and investment management worldwide. And by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and by annual financial support from viewers like you.
Possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. And by the annual support of viewers like you. Made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by annual financial support from viewers like you. This program was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by annual financial support from viewers like you.
This program is provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by the annual financial support from viewers like you.
Is made possible by a grant from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Major funding for this program was provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Funding for Fender Philosophers was provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Funding for this program is provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Fire on the Rim is made possible by viewers like you and by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Additional funding has been provided by these Fletcher Challenge Group companies: the Fletcher Construction Company, Dinwiddie Construction Company, Pacific Construction Company, Wright Schuchart Incorporated, and Fletcher Challenge Canada.
Retooling America is made possible in part with major funding from the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, a catalyst for change. Additional funding was provided by the Joyce Smertz Gilmore Foundation and the Church Council of Greater Seattle.
The corporate underwriter of this telecast is NatWest Bank, serving individuals and corporate customers in New York and New Jersey. Additional funding is provided by the Annie Laurie Aitken Charitable Trust, the Harriet Ames Charitable Trust, and the Michael and Helen Schaefer.
Funding for this program was provided by Jefferson Smurfit Corporation. Around the world, we're known for our paper, paperboard and packaging products, and paper recycling. We are proud of our Irish heritage through our association with Jefferson Smurfit Group.
Funding for this program was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by annual financial support from viewers like you.
Funding for this program has been provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Additional funding has been provided by the Alfred Yerzykovsky Foundation, the J.S. Johnson and Barbara P. Johnson Fund in the New York Community Trust, the Polish American Congress, the Joyce Foundation, and the Friends of the Struggles for Poland. A complete donor list is available from WNET. Major funding for Currents was provided by a grant from First Fidelity Bank. At First Fidelity, our first concern is you. Member First Fidelity Bank Corporation. Additional support provided by the Geraldine R. Dodge Foundation and by the members of 13. For a transcript of the program, send $3 to Currents, WNET 13, Gateway 1, Newark, New Jersey, 07102. Make checks payable to the Educational Broadcasting.
Major funding for the Power of the Past is provided by the Cigna companies through the Cigna Foundation. From business insurance, employee benefits, and managed health care, to pension and investment management. Around the world, we get paid for results. Additional funding is provided by the Arthur Vining Davis Foundation.
For Smith & Muse is made possible in part by the C.A. Norgren Company, Colorado National Banks, Adolph Coors Foundation, and the Council for Public Television.
Has been provided by this station and other public television stations, and by grants from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, the Ford Foundation, and the Weyerhaeuser Company. This program is made possible by grants from the Ford Foundation and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Presentation of portions of this program are made possible by grants from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and the German Marshall Fund of the United States.
Provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Additional funding was provided by the Southwest Alternate Media
Possible
Project.
in part by grants from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, the National Endowment for the Humanities, the Safeco Insurance Companies, and Mrs. Damaris D.W. Etheridge.
This program was made possible by grants from the Ford Foundation, this station and other public television stations, the Field Foundation, the New York Times Company Foundation, and the J. Roderick MacArthur
was made
Foundation.
possible by grants from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, the National Endowment for the Arts, and Atlantic Richfield Company.
WonderWorks is made possible by a grant from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, with additional funding from viewers like you, and the National Endowment for the Arts. WonderWorks is made possible by a grant from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, with additional funding from this station and other public television stations, and the National Endowment for the Arts.
WonderWorks is made possible by a grant from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, with additional funding from this station and other public television stations, and the National Endowment for the Arts.
Funding for this program is brought to you in part by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by the annual financial support of viewers like you. This program is brought to you in part by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by the annual financial support of viewers like you. This program is brought to you in part by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by the annual financial support of viewers like you.
This program was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by annual financial support from viewers like you.
An ice cream show was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by annual financial support from viewers like you.
Funding for this program is made possible by a grant from the people at Chevron and support of public broadcasting in your community.
Schools, colleges, and organizations can obtain videocassette information about this program by writing to PBS Video, Post Office Box 8092, Washington, D.C. 20024.